Honorable Minister, august guests on the dais, dear friends, colleagues from various professional fields here. I stand before you to speak about this book, in which I have had a peep in the past, because I was able to, Mr. Mohanka was very gracious, he gave me a copy of it before publishing. So when I speak with multiple hats. First being, from my world of intelligence, I have looked after immigration and aviation and industrial security. Then as DGCISF, I was directly involved in aviation. And most important of all, as a citizen, as a traveler, as a person who loves to wander in life. And for anyone, any human being who is a child, first dream is to fly like a bird. Aviation is something which is like a manifestation of that first dream which a child has, to go up in the sky, fly. And this industry is something which is on the cutting edge of technology. When I was in college, I had read a book, Airport, by Arthur Haley. And that book was set in Lincoln Airport at Illinois in USA. And it was about, a snowstorm is coming and a plane was stranded on a runway. There was a bomb threat and there was personal crisis also in the protagonist's life, and how they handled it. And it seemed so complex. This book was set in 70s. Now when I look back at that book and the complexity of aviation today, that book was actually a fairy tale. And it was so simple and simplistic. So what I want to say is aviation is a very complex world. At global level, there are multiple challenges coming. Firstly, with regard to environmental challenges, approximately 2 to 3% of carbon emission is done by the aviation industry. There are infrastructure challenges and of course the security challenge, which is a major challenge, and everything is getting tech. So what has happened is that technology infusion in this sector has made it very complex. And there is one broad underlying theme in the aviation sector, that is that every aviation technology can be used for military purposes also. It's a dual technology at all moments of time. So in this frame, when this book comes out, it is very refreshing. And first thing about the author of the book. You get books on aviation, but here is a book from a person who has been practicing actually on the field. He's a professional on the field for decades. So this book comes with experiential knowledge. I went through the book. It's extremely engaging. In fact, for a layman, it is very interesting to read it. Even the first chapter itself, how the airports are named, is very interesting in itself. And and it takes you through the journey. Every aspect of the airport is handled, aviation is handled. The center of it is the operations part of it, where an airport has so many multiple agencies functioning, and each is pulling, the systems in its own way. The security agency like CISF would want that its charter is anti-terrorism and anti-this hijacking and all. Each person, each thing should be checked. The airline will want, I don't want to park for a long time, my passengers get into it. The airport operator would want that the passengers linger in the shopping area and they buy. So everybody is pulling each other and you have to make it functional. So when you read this book, you realize how this coordination is so complex in bringing about. It's a very beautiful journey into it. And this journey, the best part of the book which I liked was that this journey doesn't end at what it is. It is futuristic. Recently, and you all must be following the Ukraine-Russia war, and there was one amazing attack in Russia by Ukrainians through drones called the Operation Spiderweb, through which they were able to hit around 14 regions in Russia through drones. If you really want to start with drones, start with the last chapter of this book. It gives you the history of drones, how they started from Austria and how they have come, and about the quadcopter and all those things. So it's a timely book by a professional, and it is also, in my eyes, a foundational book for anyone who is interested to work in the aviation sector, and also a great book which would be an asset for training youngsters who enter this sector of aviation. So to me, this book will be an immense success and also a sort of a mini Bible to begin your journey in the world of aviation. I wish this book, the author, a great success.